Hey y'all, it's Tonette. BJ and I have more answers too. Where y'all been? These are our experiences and our opinion. We hope you find this informative, inspirational, and entertaining. This episode is bittersweet because we share islands we visited in the beginning of 2022 for pleasure and to find some peace. We also share our island point of view. To get notified of future videos, subscribe to this channel and choose the notification bell. Unfortunately, we began 2022 traveling to Florida in January for the celebration of life for one of my uncles. Then back in episode 14, we mentioned that we've been guilty of overlooking tourist areas that we passed off I-95. If we compare our drives north and south, I-95 south from North Carolina to Florida was really overlooked because we spent a lot of time traveling overnight or late in the evenings to get to the Florida-Georgia border to visit with family. Well, in the spring of 2022, we decided to explore Hilton Head Island for more than a day. We took a day trip there on two separate occasions, but this time both of our daughters were with us for spring break, and Hilton Head Island was the first place we stayed. We were there for a few days. We took in the local culture at the St. Patrick's Day parade, while eating at some great restaurants, and when we took a walk to the beach. It was a very laid back and chill place. After we left Hilton Head Island, we stopped in Savannah, Georgia to see our summer son or nephew play baseball. Then we drove to Daytona Beach, Florida, and stayed there for a few days. When BJ and I were dating, Daytona was one of our spots to hang out with our parents or my parents, so we thought it would be nice to take the girls there. We stayed at a resort on the beach, which was really nice and secure. The girls enjoyed some amusements, we all enjoyed the beach, and we visited one of my cousins who lives in DeLand, Florida. In April, we went back to Florida for a family fun day with my family, and all of our kids traveled with us. We drove overnight to Callahan, Florida on a Friday night, spent all day Saturday hanging out with family, then drove overnight on Saturday back to North Carolina. In May, we made an urgent return to Southeast Georgia to spend some final days with BJ's dad. It was sad for caregivers and loved ones to watch, but I found myself envying what seemed like a heads up on the heartbreak for several reasons. First, we had the chance to say the things felt but never spoken. We gave hugs and kisses to say goodbye. In addition, we had an opportunity to get settled with what was about to come. In comparison to dealing with a sudden death, this felt like handing our loved one off to God. Between May and June, we spent time on St. Simon Island, Jekyll Island, and Amelia Island. We mainly stayed on Jekyll Island in May because BJ's dad was in hospice nearby. Then at the end of May, we attended a family reunion on Amelia Island, and in June we returned to the Florida-Georgia border again to attend the funeral of one of BJ's uncles, and we stayed on Amelia Island at that time. We even extended our stay and went to a 30th birthday party for BJ's oldest niece, where we enjoyed our first 360 booth, food, and fellowship. We told you the spirit was bitter and sweet, but it was also therapeutic to be on the sand at the sea while we grieve. New places we ate include Friday night fish in Ayden, North Carolina. In Washington, North Carolina, we enjoyed the Mulberry House and ribeyes. In Greenville, North Carolina, we loved Coffee and Spice. We tried Paleteria Dea, Cafe Duo, the Rick House, which is one of our favorites, and Village Wood Fire Kitchen and Bar. In Wilmington, North Carolina, we enjoyed Fat Tony's, Olympia, and 310. In Carolina Beach, North Carolina, we tried the Peach Cobbler and Ocean Grill and Tiki Bar. In Hilton Head, South Carolina, we enjoyed Kenny B's, Slapfish, Crazy Crab, and Catch 22. We love the Cotton Exchange in Savannah, Georgia, and Crab Daddies on St. Simon Island in Georgia also. Then in Brunswick, Georgia, we tried Mr. Snapper's, Marside Grill, Mr. Shucks, Old Time Buffet, Sister's Kitchen, and Moondoggy's Pizza. We actually had some return trips to the Old Time Buffet. In Jacksonville, Florida, we love Mixed Feelings, Pink Salt, Celestia's Coastal Cuisine, and New Berlin Fish House. In Fernandina Beach, Florida, which is also on Amelia Island, we tried the Salty Pelican, Timothy's, and What a Nut. Then in Daytona Beach, Florida, we enjoyed Hog Heaven, Hugs, and Caribbean Jacks. Some places we played were the Hilton Daytona Beach Oceanfront Resort, where we had bike rentals and just enjoyed the beach. Residence Inn Jekyll Island, also we rode the bikes there and enjoyed the beach. And the Daytona Lagoon, where the girls rode the race cars. Our tip for this trip is us sharing our island experiences. Of the 4 islands we visited, the only one we didn't stay on was St. Simon's Island. We just went there for a memorial dinner on my mom's birthday. Also, the only one that charged a fee to even enter the island was Jekyll Island. I believe they call it a daily parking fee. In addition, Jekyll Island was the only one with a water park. Hilton Head Island is known for its golf courses and beaches, but we don't play golf, so we can only share about the beach area. In the resort area, we felt it was a little gloomy with all the brown and gray buildings. It was like being in the Midwest in the winter with dirty snow and gray bark from the deciduous trees that had lost their leaves. We're not knocking Hilton Head Island or anything, but it just wasn't one of the top beaches we'd visit in the past. So maybe we would have a different opinion though if we stayed directly on the water. Amelia Island is the most familiar one to us because we were born and raised in that area. BJ loves going fishing at Fort Clinch on this island because it's where he went with his dad. While there is no fee to enter the island, there is a park admission fee and a separate fort admission fee for Fort Clinch. Camping is even allowed at this park for a different fee. Most of the time when we visit Amelia Island, we go to Fort Clinch so that BJ can do some fishing, and we find that the beach is less crowded in that area than at the public access areas. While we cannot say we enjoy sharing about our loss, we are extremely grateful to have experienced life with special people who asked, "Where y'all been?" If you enjoy the information, like it and share it. To get notified of future videos, subscribe to this channel and choose the notification bell.